few minutes to 12, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining my first live in a long time. I just haven't gone live to talk about brows, to talk about life, just, in a little while, just to sit down and have time just to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So today, something that's really been a hot topic, and if you're on my email list, then you already know that Bossy's bringing skin, okay? Bossy's bringing skin. Y'all already got skin. Anyway, but Bossy is bringing skin to the menu. And to help me do that, I'm actually going to have a special guest. And I have a real surprise for you guys at the end. So anyway, today I'm going to be talking to my really good friend, Aliesh Pierce. And she's coming to us all the way from California, y'all. I'm so hyped about it. So let me bring her on. And I really debated, should I wear the crown or not wear the crown? I went with not wearing the crown today. But anyway, I got my crown and my logo. So let me put my glasses on. Let me find Aliesh on here. And hey, guys. And I am going to, I think, invite her. That's what I think is going to happen. Yay. I'm so excited. So my friend Aliesh is going to come on. Annie.
Hey.
Aliesh, don't you love it when it works?
Yeah,
the way you
technology. Who knew?
So guys, this is Aliesh Pierce. She is coming with us all the way from the green, beautiful, lush spaces of California. Aliesh, you look like you are living good.
What's that?
I said you look like you are living good.
I was in the middle of yoga when you gave me my notice. So
I love it so much. So guys, I totally have this fantasy about California people, and Aliesh is one of my California friends. I feel like everybody in California has beautiful skin, great personalities, and they eat vegetation all day long. And Aliesh is the complete epitome of that. Oh, and add yoga, doing yoga in the Bluff. Is that where you go to do yoga? The Bluff?
Yes, I teach it at the studio. Yes.
Yes. So guys, let me, so Aliesh, can you just tell everybody how amazing and wonderful you are? I already know, but these folks don't even know what you're working with. Tell them.
It's always hard for me to go through my resume, but my experience is that I'm a celebrity makeup artist turned esthetician, public speaker, textbook author, director of education, and now product development specialist. That's what I do.
And Aliesh, you do all of that, and you keep your skin perfectly glowing and vibrant and magical. Aliesh, we talking about that magic today. The skin, the black girl magic.
Girl magic, yeah.
So Aliesh and I talk skin all the time, and Aliesh has all of these. Aliesh is an amazing educator. This is, not only is she a great person with beautiful skin, but she's an educator, and what she brings to the industry is just a wealth of knowledge that is profoundly deep. She develops products, she writes textbooks like she said. But what I want to talk to y'all about is this idea of the magic. Now look, everybody's magical. Now Aliesh, remember when we used to see that past hashtag all the time, the melanin is popping?
Oh yes, that would get on my nerves. Yes.
Well, Aliesh, why
did it tribe, all of that, it bugs me.
Aliesh, why is it? What is it about the melanin is popping that you feel is kind of, I guess, maybe a misnomer or misleading? What do you think about it?
Because everybody, every being on the planet has melanin, is melanated. And so to say that we're somehow superior because of our melanin, our melanin is a little more durable. Yes, it's true. But everybody is melanated, right? Everybody's melanated. And so, we should be, I feel like, my TEDx talk was about us embracing that commonality between us all rather than using it to divide us. Yeah.
Right. So, and I think that's really profound, because I think a lot of times, anytime you use the word melanin, people automatically think he's talking about, black girls, black girl magic.
Right. But it's in cuttlefish, and it's, tigers, and everybody's got a little melanin on the planet.
Everybody's got a little melanin. So I think that So I know, like, when I'm talking to my friends and talking to my clients, everybody has issues with their melanin. I don't care if you are the redheaded, blue-eyed melanin with a few freckles.
Right.
If you are the curry-loving, salsa-loving, melanated sister with, you know, beads on her hips, or, you know, if you just got here from your estate in Cameroon, right? So it doesn't matter. Everybody got issues with their melanin, and I feel like a part of it, this idea of really singling people out and saying, you know, really building this idea, I think it's a lot of marketing that kind of keeps people misinformed, and it really creates a lot of myths.
Exactly.
And I wanted to get your professional, world-renowned, amazing, epic breakdown on, like, the top 5 myths of melanin. You ready?
Okay, let's see what I can come up with. Well, first of all, I love that you're doing this and that we're, like I said, reclaiming our melanin, our truth, because it's always marketed to us. It's always, you know, Procter & Gamble telling us that my black is beautiful. Well, it is, but I don't need Procter & Gamble to tell me that, you know? And so the idea that we can reclaim it, get a little bit of knowledge and understand how to maneuver this melanin. So the first thing that I want to say, the first topic really is the fact that melanin is our best friend. And I usually start every class with that one statement, because it really is that, you know, good friend that's just trying to protect you. It's always there. You get a little UV radiation, it wants to come up and protect, you know. Trauma to the skin, it wants to come up and protect. It's an antioxidant. And it's kind of like an oil-based polymer. And so it just wraps around the cells to protect them. That's the purpose of melanin, you know. And we have a superior quality of melanin in that the melanin, even though everyone has the same number of melanin-making cells, the melanocyte cells, we deposit larger globules, larger drops of melanin into the skin cells. So...
You know why I love Aliesh so much? Who knew? Who knew all of this? About the melanin.
Yeah.
So, Aliesh, it reminds me of that time you were giving me a facial, and you were like, you know how you caress the skin all soft, and you're doing your little assessment. And I was like, you were like, so Nisha, what's going on with your skin? And I was like, well, you know, I got a little tan. You was like, okay, that's sun damage.
Let's keep it real.
That's sun damage, honey. Yeah, we need to work on that. So wait a minute. So I want to say this. So one of the biggest myths I think about melanin, right along with what you're saying, everybody has it, is that if you appear to have more, right? If your magic is more popping than somebody else's, you don't need SPF.
Okay, so I want to say that's not true, but at the same time, the darkest skin tones, like in let's say Senegalese, they would have a SPF of 13, just a natural SPF. So I would have a natural SPF of 10 or 11. So we do get some sun protection. But if you think that, like the old rule that, you know, IDI used to teach at Dermalogica, they would teach that you reapply it was like 10 minutes for every point. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. So I would have 100 minutes of protection, and then I'm going to be exposed, you know? So really adding an SPF, and I never preach, you know, what type of SPF to use, but just something is better than nothing.
Wait a minute. Wait, so when you say even what type of SPF, well, one, what I'm hearing though is you're saying, yes, we should wear SPF something. Yeah.
Oh,
and when you say what time, say it again.
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day. And when you say what kind, do you mean like chemical versus physical?
Yeah, so mineral versus chemical, yes. And, you know, for the longest, I stayed away from, I think we all did, from minerals because they were so large, and zinc and titanium just made us look ghostly, you know, or clown-like. But the minerals at least lay on the surface, while the chemicals penetrate. Well, they all penetrate to some degree, but the chemicals actually turn into free radicals when they penetrate. So they protect you from the sun, and then they break down and expose you to free radical damage. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That's what I say. Just use something.
Use something.
Yeah. Now, they were experimenting with micronized titanium a few years back, and they found that titanium gets lodged in the brain cells because zinc, at least, is bioavailable. Your body makes it. So if you absorb zinc, your body uses it. But if you absorb titanium, your body doesn't know what to do with it. It can go to the liver. It can get lodged in the brain, and it's just there. So,
but use something. The point is, find the product that works for you, right? Find the product that works for you and use something. So just because your melanin is popping does not necessarily mean, or doesn't mean, don't use SPF. Because I have to be honest, I was like, is this just marketing? Do I need it? And you're like, yes, girl, you're the most front one. I'd be like, yes, sunshine. So wait, so Aliesh, another one. And another thing that kind of like I think it's a myth. But you tell me in the professional breakdown, because I'm with a bunch of naturalistas. I try and be a little homeopathic myself. Right. Aliesh, I only want to use natural products. I've got some hyperpigmentation. My elbows is dark. Aliesh, I'm just going to use lemons.
Right. And lemons have citric acid, and so they will do some brightening. It has an acid in it, but you can't regulate how much or how little you're getting. It's not an exact science. If you rub a lemon, and people use lemon and salt on their elbows.
Right.
So I would opt for a professional formulated product that actually has some brighteners in it that, may have citric acid in it, but it'll have the measured dose so that you're getting exactly what your cells need to reverse the sun damage or the pigmentation. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the misleading part there is this whole idea of, I want to go natural versus using chemicals.
Right.
And what I always tell people is that any and everything you put in your body can lead to a chemical reaction.
Right.
So, if you're, mixing baking soda, you're mixing vinegar, you're going to get a chemical reaction. It doesn't matter that it's natural. Yeah. If you don't have the knowledge and expertise to mix these things together, you may be fucking yourself up. I'm just saying. It is.
For lack of a better word, yes. It's true. Well, because everything is a chemical. Like I said, even a lemon has acid in it. Oranges have acid. So they're all chemicals. So to delude ourselves by thinking that we're somehow avoiding chemicals, or if you only have 3 ingredients, that's another thing. I used to work with an Ayurvedic line, and I would get people go into Whole Foods to train them, and the sales teams would be looking at the label going, oh, look at all these ingredients. And to me, that just means you don't know what you're looking at. Because to see 4 ingredients, which might be wax, beeswax, water, and xanthine gum or something like that, and you think, oh, it only has 3 ingredients, it's natural.
Yeah.
It's not effective. The beeswax is going to form an occlusive layer. It's not going to let anything penetrate. Xanthine gum is natural. It's in a lot of natural products, but it's from the black rot of cruciferous vegetables. So the black rot of broccoli and cabbage that makes the slime that makes all the products really nice and, yummy. Viscous is the word. And so you start to, it's my manufacturing term. So you start to, realize after a while that, the number of ingredients really isn't the measure of how clean or how effective the product is. Everything is a chemical at the end of the day. Yeah. So you want to stay away from those chemicals that you have an adverse reaction to. I can't use hydroquinone. I have like a crazy rash, that I break out in. I can't use ethylhexylglycerin as a preservative. And sometimes if I use that every day, I'll wind up with a rash. I get a reaction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
So, Aliesh, so here goes Here goes another one that I feel like a lot of people, doesn't matter if you're working with popping melanin or what, everybody's melanin is popping, everybody got that magic. But what I think too is that I can just go to CVS and I can just buy the Neutrogena. I don't need a facial. I don't need a facial. What do I need that for?
And see, that's
why should I spend all that money on a facial when I can spend $75 on the whole line of Aveeno? It's Aveeno, Aliesh.
so it's natural. It's got oatmeal, right? It's just oatmeal. Yeah. So not to down any of the potential brands that might want to sponsor me at some point. But the reality is, like doctors will recommend Cetaphil.
Sure.
Cleanser. And it's because it really doesn't do any harm. It's got a petroleum base and it's some water and it's just gonna, help get the surface oils off, and that's all it's gonna do. But it's also not gonna do any good, and it may even exacerbate some conditions like acneic conditions. So I think even more than spa products, when you get into the drugstore brands, you need to know the ingredients you're looking for and what is not, what you don't want on the label or on the ingredient deck. In the spa community, we're not always the most ethical. We might use palm oil from, take some trees from the orangutans and to make our palmitoyl tripeptide. We might. It's not always the most environmental. What's that? What'd you say?
Your skin's gonna be smooth,
right?
Orangutan oil, good stuff.
Family in that tree, right? So we might not be the most ethical, but it is a cleaner formulation. It's held to a higher standard than the drugstore brands, and because our cosmetics are so loosely regulated. You really need to know what's in your drugstore brand product before you purchase it. Not to say that they're all bad, but again, since there's no professional recommendation or even someone following up with you, they're all meant to do no harm. You have acids on the shelf, but the acids on the shelf are buffered because they don't want you going home and burning your face off and then suing the company. So they're all formulated to do no harm. What's that?
Yeah. I said they don't want you calling that 1-800 number.
Right.
On the back of the bottle.
And I'm sure they get a lot of calls.
But at least what made me actually bring that up, for going to CVS versus going to a professional, like you said, when you actually sit down with a professional esthetician, it really gives them opportunity to look at your skin, to touch your skin, to talk to you, to understand your history, and to also understand where it is that you're trying to go. Because sometimes you may have several different issues going on, and I think just kind of as a layman, you're like, oh, let me address it all at once. Whereas sometimes there needs to be a prescriptive regimen. We take care of one thing at a time.
Well, yeah, as an esthetician, I always recommend that you just replace one product. Start with one. Yeah. Start with a cleanser. It's a low price item. Cleansers are meant to be like the gateway drug to cosmetics, or cosmeceuticals. So you start with a cleanser and they'll see a change in the skin, maybe cleanser and a sample of a serum. Get them hooked. You got to just be like a good street pharmacist, a good drug dealer, and get them hooked and then upgrade, continually upgrade, so that they
expand the collection to address other things.
Exactly. It's not to say that you can't use drugstore brands. I don't want to say don't go to the drugstore. It's one of my mentors says the best skincare is skincare that's actually used. So if you're gonna get a complete regimen at the drugstore, then do that. But I will say that I recently had virtual consultation, FaceTime consultation with someone. And I charged $75 for the consultation, but we were able to go through what she had in her current regimen, what her goals were. I could show her where to cut corners. Okay, you might get away with that Olay moisturizer if you buy a really good serum, to put on before the moisturizer. So we just had that hour to talk about her and her skin. and I haven't had an update. But I'm hoping that she takes my recommendations and gradually builds a regimen.
Yeah, build it. So that's what my point was. It was more so not necessarily saying, hey, don't go to the drugstore, but it helps when you have somebody on your side.
Yeah.
You're helping out building your regimen, whatever it's going to be, whether it's going to be a professional skin line, drugstore line, a mix, it helps, because if you're just reading the label, what's on the front, you're just being sold, you're just being told, and it's really not an informed decision. So I think that's more of the point that I was making versus not do it, but just make informed decisions.
One of my coaching clients is an esthetician at Walgreens. And she stands in the aisles, and gives professional recommendations. She said it's kind of a hard sell because people think that she's just trying to sell instead of actually give them a consultation. So
I love it.
Mm-hmm. But I love that they realize the value of a
professional. A professional. Yeah. So at least obviously there's 1,003 myths that we could go through. But guess what, y'all? If you want more of Alieish's expertise, I have a special surprise for you. Aliesh is going to be joining us in Philly. I am so excited. Now, Aliesh, I don't care how you got to get here. Plane, train, automobile. If you got to bend your thumb back, all I know is that Aliesh, not only is she going to be bringing her chemical peel class to the professional beauty community here in Philly. The class is September the 8th?
September 8th. Yes, and we have 5 spaces left. Got some people interested this week. So, it's happening. And then,
so there's 2 pieces. So one, for the pros, for the beauty pros, y'all better jump on this bandwagon. Aliesh has been touring the country with this chemical peel class. She's coming to Philly. It's going to be on September the 8th. She is going to be doing this chemical peel class. And like I know, ain't nobody teaching nobody how to do no chemical peel. So Aliesh is going to be here, and this class is going to be amazing. I've done her introductory class. She's so informative. She knows her stuff, and we're getting in it deep. We're getting in it from the pinky to the elbow. We are jumping in these chemical
enzymes to phenol. Yes, all the way.
I love it.
Yes.
And then for my friends, for my clients, for everybody that's watching, everyone is always like, oh, Nisha, I really need help with my skincare. I need help with my skincare regimen. And I have so many wonderful clients that ask me that. And Aliesh has also agreed to come to Bossy, and she's helping put together a phenomenal skincare menu to really address all of your needs. And she will also be providing services for a few weeks in September. She's going to be doing some real revision skincare treatments. We're talking about some advanced skincare and really putting together some prescriptive regimens to help really change your skin. So this isn't like luxury food stuff, y'all. I want y'all to know. Aliesh is coming to get deep down in it and to really educate you and give you some tools to love your skin again. So what I will do is I will post a link to I don't know. How should I direct people, 1, to sign up for the class, and 2, to schedule appointments if they want a revision skincare treatment, Aliesh?
There is an Eventbrite link, and then we set up that Schedulicity.
Yes, Schedulicity. Yeah.
So we can post those.
We can post those. So guys, I gotta figure out how to get that information to you. But do me a favor. If you see this live either right now or in the next 24 hours, drop me a DM where you can go to ask_Aliesh. That's ASK_ALIESH. That's right. You can go to Ask Aliesh if you have questions. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. And Aliesh, what's your email address?
Aliesh at askaliesh.com.
Awesome. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this time that Aliesh has given us today. I know I did. Aliesh, I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. I missed you.
It's been a couple of weeks. We could do that.
And I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks. I love it. So, guys, remember, Aliesh Pierce is going to be coming to Philadelphia. She's doing her class on September the 8th. over at our friend's salon at Third Element. I think that part of town is called West Oak Lane. Don't quote me, but you guys will love Third Element. It's a wonderful salon space. The team over there is excellent, but she will also be providing services at Bossy Brows. And on September 1st, I will be releasing our new skincare services so that you can begin scheduling those on the Bossy Brows menu. So look forward to seeing those in the next couple of weeks. You guys are the very first to even know the rollout date. And I want you to make sure that you reach out to Aliesh if you're interested in taking her class or also signing up for one of her skin revision treatments. All right, guys, you stay fabulous. Aliesh, love you. I'll see you in a few weeks, okay?
Thank you, Anisha. I'll see you soon. Okay.
All right, guys. Bye. Stay bossy.